Thank you for tuning in. My name is Peter Wolf. Today we're wanting to talk about the new Probertone P25. We're very proud to say that we're the agents for Probertone roasters for both Australia and New Zealand, and it gives us this opportunity to showcase what a wonderful piece of equipment that we have today. For those of you who don't know, Probat's been manufacturing roasters since 1868, so that makes them the longest manufacturer of coffee roasters in the world today. Still producing cast iron front plate, so still roasting with cast iron components. Has the double drum configuration on the drums. We have an outer drum, which obviously takes the initial direct heat. We have an air gap in the middle, and then we have, which then diffuses obviously that heat into the inner drum, which allows for a very consistent and radiated heat onto that inside drum. One of the things that I really do love about the new P25 is it has a premix burner, so we've moved away from the traditional atmospheric burner to working towards now a burner that mixes both the air and the gas together as a combined concentration and then moves it forward into the firing chamber. And so what this allows us is a very consistent burn that comes from the roaster, but also high control. So we now have true stepless burner where we can modulate between 100 down to 0%. So this is really quite an innovative sort of step. So we also have really substantial kind of cooling. So we've really kind of beefed up the cooling tray and the cooling fan now. So independent heating and cooling. So when we do dump the coffee into the cooling tray, it does cool the coffee down very, very quickly. And we want to do this because it helps us retain the sweetness in the coffee, but also allows us to then get our next roast on quickly, and we can then starting off our next roast. We also have lovely new lighting configuration as an option that can go in. So we have integrated lighting. We also have the option of adding in now drum speed control, which will also be controlled electronically through the Probat's Pilot roast control software. Lovely touchscreen interface here as well, and this will display the graph, the temperature of all of the probes that are located within the roaster, and then also the gas output. But it is also connected to the Pilot roast control software system, so it does kind of run next to that as well. The other things that are key sort of features to the roaster is that, it's certainly at the top end of sort of the, I guess what we call the shop roaster segment. You should be able to produce about 3 tonne of coffee on this a week. So 25 kilo green batch capacity in it. You're going to be looking at an average of about 20 kilos of roasted coffee coming out, and you'll be looking at doing on average between 3 to 4 batches an hour. That is dependent obviously on your roast profile and duration. So you should be doing about 80 kilos an hour of productive roasting. So on an 8-hour day, that's 640 kilos of roasted coffee. So it certainly is a very high capacity unit, very easy to maintain. All the new Probertone roasters have basically a direct drive motor and gearbox combination, so we now have no need to look at filling the gearboxes up with oil because it's a completely sealed unit. We don't have any external chains or sprockets to worry about anymore, so really clean and simple. There's lots of sort of considerations made in the roaster today to make it sort of very low maintenance. We only really have to be concerned with greasing one front bearing. The rear bearing will need to be replaced at every 2,000 hours. And apart from that, it's just a matter of keeping our flues clean and also making sure that our cyclone and our fans are all maintained and cleaned as well. But apart from that, it's a beautiful roaster, and we're happy to have it here at Wolf Roast House.